Too fucking sharing it. Hi, guys.
Hi.
If you only knew how long it took us to get prepared. But when we say we're going to do something, we friggin' do it, okay? Yeah, share it.
I'm sharing.
Oh my God.
I'm a little embarrassed.
We're embarrassed because we're being weird. Oh, Sam's watching. Oh my God. We're so weird.
Here we are, friends.
I know. So basically, we're just going to chat. We were sitting here thinking about some really great, hairy, scary, like beautiful topic to talk to you guys about, which we have like 100 of. So we're like, we're just going to go with it. We're just going to talk about what's going on in the world. Yes, Justin, it is trouble. You're right. We're winding down after a long day of creating and coaching and all of the emotions that could possibly happen.
Crying.
So many.
So many tears.
So many. But here's what we want to do for real. We want to just kind of interact and chat, and we want to do this more often. So if anybody has any questions or anything they want to talk about, pop it in the comments. Please interact. Interaction. Sam, would you please say something?
Yeah, so...
Oh my God. So basically, this is what we do in our lives. Just kidding. So occasionally Sam comes to my place to do her Thursday coaching calls, and we obviously make a day out of it. Her call's at 10:30 in the morning, and it is 8:15. So she's been here all day. We had all the meals together. We did all the walks of the dogs, and we did all the things. So that's what's happening in our lives. Ran some errands. Yeah. Wrote some programs. Lots of shit for real. Like, realistically, ooh, we're getting some people's, hey, ladies. Realistically, we had a hard time focusing, kind of. There was a lot going on. But what's nice is when you're, like, creating a program, I don't know about you, but when I'm writing and creating something, I read it out loud to myself like a million times just because I want to hear how it sounds. But it's a lot nicer when I can read it out loud and you can say...
Another person can feedback. Yeah.
No shit. And you're like,
human.
yeah, actually, that sounds great. Like, or that doesn't make sense or whatever it might be. Hey, Jill. What's up, girl?
Oh, Mom's on.
My mom should be asleep right now. Kathy, why are you not sleeping? It's past your bedtime. Hi, Jessica.
So, you know what I want to talk about that just popped in my head, and it's super random.
Ooh, I like it.
But it's going to be singing your praises, so, which you'll like. So, I know a lot of people know this story, but probably a lot of you don't. How I started working with Jamie was, I've been a hairdresser for 11 years, and I went out on my own and basically completely revamped the way I did everything. Had really fast success with my business and started giving social media classes for stylists, and had stylists reach out to me and asked if I would help them one-on-one build their business. And it was kind of something that just came to me and fell in my lap, and it was like, hey, I can make that a business. And so I had no idea how, though. I knew how to help people build their salon business, build their clientele, kind of revamp the way they were doing things and attract their dream clients, but I had no idea how to go about making that a business. And entered Jamie Thurber popping up on my timeline all the time. And I just remember reaching out to her and asking if I could tell her about my idea and see what she thought. And the first thing she said was, do you remember what it was?
No.
I don't think you have any idea how quick you can make money doing
that.
I
did say that. That's true.
That was the first thing you said.
Yes.
And so I hired her, and I was terrified to do it. And within like 10 days, I made back the initial investment with her. And so that is how I'm now here less than 2 years later, creating. So I have now, 4 different types of programs that I run and do. Yeah. And basically it just started from me taking a leap of faith and trusting that she could help me with this vision that I had no idea how to create. So I just wanted to share, if anyone is considering hiring Jamie for any reason, you should probably just do it.
Well, that was not the purpose of our live stream, but thank you.
A lot of people follow us and know we're friends, and a lot of people don't know how that got started, unless they're my followers. But I know a lot of your followers, like, I don't get on here and share that.
Truth.
So
you certainly don't. You certainly don't.
There's that.
Thank you. I have something else. hey, Alex. Hey, Mommy. My mommy says hello to us. Hi,
Hey,
Emily. You're so sweet, dude. So, to be honest, so what's funny is people ask all the time how Sam and I know each other, and the truth of the matter is that we know each other. That was great. Thanks. We've known each other since high school. We didn't go to the same high school, but I also hung out with people that went to her high school, and so a lot of you guys know that. We know a lot of the same people. But, so we always knew each other, but we weren't like friends, but we weren't not friends, you know, and it's super funny when we talk about shit now. I'm like, you know how many times we've been at the same fucking place? Right. Like Myers Country Cottage, who on here
the
remembers?
clubhouse.
Super funny. But anyway, and so yeah, I was just like, I didn't know she was watching me or paying attention to what I was doing. I was just doing my thing and running my business, and I remember being like, oh, what? Okay. And we got on the phone, and I told her this the other day, actually. Remember, I was like, I was talking to my dad about it, actually. He was asking me about Sam, because she's basically, like, in my life all the time. And so there's that. And he was just like, I don't know how you guys met. And I was telling him, I was like, I'll never forget it, because we got on our first call together. It was just the discovery call, too, is before you even moved forward. She just, like, poured everything out on the table to me. Like, straight up. Super blunt, super honest, vulnerable. You name it, she like had all of the emotions, and I remember going, holy shit. And she interrupted me as I was telling this story, and she was like, oh my God, you probably thought I was insane. And I was like, no, dude, total opposite. I remember saying, I don't remember if I said it to Tony or who. I think it was Tony. And I was like, this girl, if she moves forward, like, we're gonna make some shit happen, because that's what it takes. Like, you have to be willing to say, here's all the things that are occurring, and like, I don't know what to do with all of them. Because while, yeah, we've worked on business stuff for sure, but like, if she wouldn't have been so open, like, honestly, that's what it is you're just super duper open about all the shit that's going on, so we can work through the real issues and the real things and put stuff out there. So
I remember I was a basket case. I was crying about my divorce, like everything, and I was just thinking, oh my God, she's gonna think I'm crazy. I did not mean to do any of that, but
no, it just came out of nowhere.
And
2 years later, I still make you cry all the time,
every day. But one more thing I'd like to point out to anyone who has a business that they promote on social media. I had been following her and watching her intently for a long time, but I didn't interact on any of her stuff just because I didn't. Like, she had no idea. And I was like, just called her to her out of the blue one day and was like, okay, let's do this. I'm going to hire you. But I literally never liked or commented on a single thing. So to those of you who are promoting your stuff on social media, don't put that much stock in your likes and comments, because there could be people who are watching you and then one day are just like ready to pull the trigger because of you post the right thing at the right time. So
yeah, it's literally consistency is the key, and the other part is you never know who you're impacting. Like, people say, oh, consistency is key, and like, content is king, blah, blah, blah. Sure, those things are true. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not. But the more important part is like, you have no idea who you're impacting. And that's a beautiful thing. Like, you have no idea who is watching your stuff every day or reading what you're saying, and it's giving them like a peace of mind, or it's making them not feel alone, or making them understand that things can maybe be a little bit different, or maybe even shift their perspective. Like, that's always my thing. If I can help somebody look at something just a little bit differently, then like, my job is done on the planet, basically. That's what the whole lighthouse thing is about. But for me, at least, that's a great point. And I remember, I told you this story about the lady who, it was on Sean Whalen's post about if you could have lunch with anyone, who would it be? And this was like a few years ago. Gosh, it was before you and I knew each other, or were working together. It's like 3 years ago. And a bunch of people commented and blah, blah, blah. Well, a friend of mine sent me a screenshot and was like, did you see this? And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? And it was this woman who, again, had never liked a post, never commented on anything, never sent me a message, never reached out, and at the time I was doing a lot of free programs and stuff, never took advantage of any of those free programs. She was just watching, who posted that if she could have, because it said who and why, and she said if she could have lunch with anyone, it would be me. And she didn't even tag me in the post. Did I never told you this?
No.
Oh my God, yeah. And she and I are friends on Facebook now, because I reached out to her and we became like, I was like, my fucking heart was like, I'm like, oh my God, I told her, yes, I'm going to come up to where she lives at some point and we're going to have lunch together. We just haven't had the opportunity. She's had a lot of shit, I know. I haven't talked to her in quite a while. But anyway, she posted that and I was just like, what? Like, it was just mind-boggling to me. And basically she had gotten really healthy and lost a bunch of weight based off of my motivation every day. Swear to God, me sharing what I do and how I keep my mindset where it needs to be in planning and just sticking with it and just sticking with it and just sticking with it. And I will never, ever, ever forget that, because like I said, she never liked one thing. She never commented on one thing. And I remember just being like, oh my God, you're like, I just sobbed. Like, that was one of those, again, call Tony. Oh my God, you're never going to guess what just happened. And like, mind blowing. And so of course I reached out to her, and I remember her and I started having this like interaction on the comment section of that post, and everybody was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Aww.
Like, yeah, there was like so many people chiming in, because her and I were like bromancing basically. But it was really cool. And that's the thing, like, if you're putting stuff out there, hey Ryan, if you're putting stuff out there like that and you're just sharing what you're sharing, you never know who you're impacting. So I always say, as long as you're putting stuff out there with a good intention and that's good energy and you're being compassionate, like meaning you're not spreading more bullshit or hate, then you're touching more people than you realize, and you're adding more joy to people's lives than you realize. My leg was falling asleep. Woo! For those of you who don't know, I'm like 95 years old and I have a million like physical ailments. I'm like, oh, my leg hurts. Oh, my back hurts. I have to get my heating pads right here. It's fine. Don't judge. So anyway, yeah. You never know. Absolutely. Well, people reach out to you almost every freaking day about coaching. Yeah. And you don't know they're watching you.
Yeah, that's the thing. I will get all of these. I have a form that if anyone is interested in coaching information, it's a short 5-question form that I have them fill out so that I can direct them to which program would be the best fit for them. And so that's a form that there's a link on my website, and just occasionally I will share it in my posts. And I haven't shared it in a while, and I still, like, every single day will wake up to new coaching requests in my email from that form. And
it's on your website, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it's not something that I share about a lot. It's not something that when I share about it really gets a lot of engagement, but people are interacting with it. They're seeking it out. They're finding my stuff, and it's just because I post about my life. I post about my business. I talk about what I do. I talk about my personal life, and that's one of the things too that for my coaching and my styling behind the chair, I attract clients because they connect with me on different things other than just hair, other than just being a stylist. And one of the things that I work with my private clients on is doing just that, and they are so shocked at how much more engagement their personal posts get than their hair posts, because they think, well, I just have to post about hair all the time because that's what
that's what I do.
That's what I do, and that's how I'm going to attract clients. That's actually not the case, because what's going to happen is, and what happens all the time to me, is that I will maybe post something about my kids or something I'm doing, and someone will see it that doesn't usually interact with my stuff, and they'll connect with it and they'll comment on it, and then I'll see them start commenting on more things that I do, and then eventually they usually end up becoming a client because they've now connected with me on a different level. And so when they think I need my hair done, I'm someone that they think about now, whereas before maybe they didn't, because maybe they weren't looking for a stylist, so
it's if you're adding value to people's lives, right? Mm-hmm. Like, are you taking away or are you adding? Like, that's the thing you have to think about. Are you being a productive member of the world, basically, is how I figure it. Like, yeah, I mean, 95% of the things that I share, people wouldn't assume are part of my business, but my business is my life, so it actually kind of is. But it actually really is. But people aren't seeking me out to pay for hair extensions or makeup or supplements or the gym or workouts or stuff like that. But they are gaining value by the things that I share, the things I've experienced. Like, especially, I don't know how many of you guys are like junkies as far as like learning new things and researching new things, but like Sam can tell you, like, I don't own or anything. I don't buy things unless I'm like, this is going to be super useful. Like, I need this. And so I share that shit. Like, I bought this killer freaking
keyboard.
The keyboard the other day. It's actually right next to my bed. But jewelry, one of my clients actually told me about it, and I researched it and I found the one that I wanted and that fit for me. And so I was able to get that, and like just different things like that. So why not share that stuff? If you found something that works really well for you, then, you know, I don't know. Anyways, it's just...
That's a really good point, because when you're someone that's consistently adding value, they're going to come to you when they need something or want something. And,
Yep.
you know, that's cool if you're the person that they think about when they need to know something and you're the person that comes to their mind. That's really freaking cool.
Yeah, it really is. And one of the things too, like, so for example, I don't know how many of you guys know that my background is in the automotive industry. Like, I worked in insurance and then in automotive more than I have anywhere else. And so what's funny about that is that, so I have a lot of clients actually that are still in the automotive industry. It's still a big part of what I do to an extent. And like, so one of the things is, we got a loose one. It's about to come out. We're having extension issues over here. It almost just happened. But anyway, so how many of you, like, going to the automotive shop or the auto body shop is never a pleasant experience. It's not something people want to do. It's not something they want to spend money on. They're not seeking you out in like a pleasant space. Like, usually they've wrecked their car, something's broken. They're just not super stoked about coming to spend money with you. And let's be real, like, we've all had our cars fixed. It's fucking expensive, right? Unfortunately, that industry is full of a bunch of scumbags to an extent. Like, it really is. But it has that, what's the word I'm looking for? Reputation. And so these guys or these businesses, I'm like, show them who you are. Like, show them that you're a real person and that you're trustworthy, and that will grow and that will build. And that's what they do. And honestly, my clients are fucking killing it. Like, it's ridiculous. And it's because people trust them, because they're real people. They're not trying to sleazeball you out of whatever. They're not trying to sell you stuff because you're a woman and your car's broken. Like, all that bullshit that, you know, is tale as old as time as far as the automotive industry. They're different, and they're showing that by showing their families and being different with their clients. And it's really, really beautiful, actually, to watch it happen, because that's how it's supposed to be. Like, I know that for me, it was always super important to make sure people were comfortable and trusted us in our shop. And like, that's a whole nother story for another day, but I did my very best based upon what I had to work with. Let's just leave it at that. But anyway, so it doesn't matter what industry you're in. If you're a pest control, or you're a driver, or you're, you know, anything, like,
in the horse industry.
Right. Show people who you are. Right. Yeah. So what about in the horse industry? I mostly post info. I love this. If you guys have fucking questions, please post them. Like, I love nothing more than to answer people's questions about anything. It's just my jam. I love it so much. What about being in the horse industry? I mostly post info and memes about the horse world. Would you still post personal and life posts too, especially in my business page and group? Okay, so Emily, I love you for asking this question. I mean, I think so, yeah. Because do I think it should be predominantly what you're speaking about? Because it is that large of a group, and the group purpose is not your personal life, it's horses. I mean, I don't think it would hurt for people to know the lady behind the page. I think it's extremely important.
People will scroll until they find out who the heck is making posts about. Like, they want to know who is running this page, at least just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, at least just a little bit. I totally think that's a great point.
Because think about it. If you get added to a group or you find a page and it's about something you're interested in, you want to know who's running this page? What are they doing? Who's behind this? I always do. Like, I know I'll do some research until I find out what's behind the page that I'm following. You know, even if it's a certain topic, like, it's always just interesting.
Absolutely. And it grows community. That's the word. So like, a lot of my clients right now that are building newer online presence, and they're like, I don't understand, or I don't know what to do, and I don't know how to do this. And I'm like, build the community. Like, it
adds a layer of trust.
That's what like with same thing with the auto body shops. Like, when people see your face and they see your family and they know that you're a real fucking person, like, it gives that level of trust that you're a real human being. Like, they can walk up and talk to you. Sam, you remember?
Because finish. I just thought of an example, like with her group, you know, someone new who joins, how do they know that they can trust you, or who is even posting? Like, how do I know that the person posting even knows what they're talking about?
Right. Emily, does this make sense? Does this feel like doable to you? Is there something that maybe like doesn't work? Let us know.
Just an occasional thing. Fun facts. Hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. This is what I do.
Or your kiddos, because they're super freaking cute. People love that shit.
Yeah.
Dogs. Fuck. Show them your dogs.
What'd you start to say?
I was going to say, you remember when you were posting nothing but your professional pictures when you had your extensions in?
People did not like it.
She was like, no one's commenting on my no one. What I was
getting no engagement.
And I said, well, Samantha, you look fucking perfect like a supermodel in every single photo that you're posting. And she's like, oh, whatever. I'm like, trust me, like, you don't look like a regular person right now. Like, granted, don't get me wrong, I see her all the time, and she did really look like she looks like that all the time, but all those professional pictures were super polished and beautiful and posed and like...
And great.
And they're great. Abso-fucking-lutely. Hello, I'm a fan. But at the same, like, post a fucking selfie, bro. Like, let them see you as a normal person. Post some pictures with your kids. Like, and she was like, oh, I haven't done that in a while. Because for a long time, she was doing a great mixture of hair, professional pictures, and her personal life and selfies. But got away from that because, hello, also a huge gallery of beautiful photos. So, like, why not, right?
Right.
But I remember you thinking I was nuts and, like, you didn't want to do it.
I was really annoyed that was your answer, to be quite honest.
You did not want to do it, but you trusted my word, and you did it, and it freaking worked.
And it worked, and my engagement went back up through the roof when I just started posting selfies of very little makeup with my glasses on. I'm like, being a
normal fucking
right?
person. Everybody likes to stalk the Instagram models, but they don't want to be their friend all the time. Just saying. Be real. You have to be a real person.
Content was good.
I know, that's why it was so sad.
My content was really good.
It was really freaking good. I know. But I was like, people are probably reading it. They're just not engaging because they're like, they don't know how to approach you with like the way that you're presenting yourself, and not in a bad way. And honestly, this was told to me by my
approachable now.
My publicist. You're hiding yourself under my blanket. As we're sitting in my fucking bed. Because it's the best place to be ever. My publicist actually told me that, Pollyanna, a few years ago. She, like, was just blunt with me and was like, listen. And I'm like, okay, fine, I get it. But it's true. Like, yeah, everybody thinks, oh, it's so great to have all these polished pictures, and, like, published professional videos and blah, blah, blah. But if for those of you guys who've been following me for years, you know that that's one thing. I mean, I've been featured in fucking Forbes for the fact that I don't polish my fucking business and say fuck all the time. She says fuck.
That's what the article said.
That was the article is about me cursing because it comes naturally to me. And then my really great friend Lisa, who is my like connection to the psychic world, okay? She told me that cursing grounds me. So I'm like, see? I need to stay grounded. So there's that.
Jamie says our skin looks great.
Ooh, I'm working on it.
She's our esthetician.
So exciting. We were just talking. Oh, we should talk about that.
Our skin?
No, about that thing I talked about earlier with the people who post about my skincare routine.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yes, so Emily, right? I love that. Maybe like twice a month thing, and add a little bit of my personal life experience or flashback to my consistent horse world days. I would suggest once a week.
Mm-hmm. I was thinking the same thing.
Especially if you're flashback some horse stuff, that'd be fucking of your own personal stuff. That'd be so cool.
Especially because, like, we think people are
they're
watching
annoyed.
every single thing that we post, and they're not annoyed by it. Like, for example, some of my clients are afraid to post cancellations, like, more than once a week. And it's like, people are not looking at your stuff, and they're not seeing everything you post, and they're not remembering the fact that you posted a cancellation 2 days ago. Like, the right person is going to see it at the right time. So anyways, all that to say, not everyone is seeing every single thing you post. So once a week is not very often, honestly, for something like that.
It's not too much at all. Sometimes we feel like we're annoying people, and that's not true. That's really not. In the grand scheme of things. There are certain things that annoy people online. Don't get me wrong. We could go and we could have a whole nother conversation about that. We actually discussed later. We're going to teach a course about this.
Yes, we are. But I just want to share this. So, like, I do this with my private clients, and it blows their mind because 100% of the time this is the case. Like, when they don't believe me about posting about their personal life, I tell them, okay, go to your settings and go to your, what is it? What's the word I'm looking for?
Algorithms or your insights?
Insights, there you go. When you go to your insights and put it to the last 6 months and what is the post that has the most engagement, and it shocks them every time because it's either a selfie or a picture of them and their family. 100% of the time, that's always number one. And they're always blown away because everyone expects it to be a business post, a hair photo, whatever. So the more you start posting about your personal life, keep an eye on where they're falling with the insights, and I guarantee they're going to probably do better than anything else you post.
It's definitely a great piece of the puzzle that a lot of people, and now granted, here's the other thing. So Emily said she just didn't want to be overwhelming, which is what I kind of figured. So
Right.
Trust me, girl, especially with she's a large fucking group.
Yeah.
You're not going to be overwhelming to them.
Yeah, once a week is not, that's good.
I think they'll love it. Like, I think they'll really, really love it. So here's the other thing I want to say, flip side, okay? Like, not everybody wants to do this. And that's fine. Some people are like, I don't want to post I have a client who she's like, Jamie, I'm not fucking posting my personal life on social media. It ain't happening. She might even still be live. She was live earlier. She might still be here. Hey, Andy. What's up? I told her, that's okay. It's a choice that you make. You build different types of businesses, you build different types of engagement. Like, if it's a question, hey, do you think it's okay if I post about my personal life? I'm like, fuck yeah, like, absolutely, It's okay. If you choose not to, that's fine too. It's a choice that you make. We all make that conscious decision, which is not a problem. So I just want you to know that when we're saying this, like, it doesn't mean like, hey, if you don't post about your personal life, business, right, you're not going to be successful. It's just you're building a different type of brand or a different type of community based. You can, like, my client, for example, what I have her focusing on is sharing interactions with clients, questions they have, solutions she helps them come up with, things like that on a more realistic level. And it doesn't have to be a picture of her and her dogs and her husband out somewhere. It doesn't have to be that. What it can be is the behind the scenes part of her business and how she helps people, and that makes it more personal, and that builds the trust. So you can flip this around. So I don't want it to be taken like super literal by any means.
Just all your personal drama.
Right. Please don't do that. I mean, I get really personal. Y'all know that. It's a little obnoxious, but hey.
Do you remember where you wanted to go a minute ago?
I do remember where I wanted to go a minute ago. So we were talking about, okay, I'm going to get real blunt. So Sam is the kind of girl who doesn't take her makeup off at night. And it's a bad thing to do. But I don't even know what to say about that. I'll be like, oh my God, your makeup looks pretty. She's like, oh, it's from yesterday. I'm like, what? Like, that's a thing? Are you freaking kidding me? Because I'm the kind of person that, like, so right now, the fact that I haven't taken my makeup off from the day, like, my skin is, like, burning. Like, it's not happy. It's been itching. Like, I'm like, no, I need to wash my fucking face. My skin is a hot mess, and I'm working on it.
I appreciate you putting me on blast like that.
It's a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing. Your skin looks like crazy. Like, you're blessed as fuck. Like, so we were talking about this because my skin has been an issue since I was 21. I started getting really bad acne right here, and it's kind of all over. And I've had to get it under control. Really, really, it's taken quite a long while for me to get it under control, but there's still stuff going on, and I still have scarring, and yada, yada. So anyway, that's not really the problem, the purpose. The purpose of this is that I have decided and, like, made a commitment for the next 6 months to, like, getting regular facials and, like, taking a professional to fix my skin, okay? I've tried all the products. Please don't try to sell me your products. Please, please, I've tried them all. Like, please, please, for the love of all that is holy, don't try to sell me your skincare products.
She better not get any messages in her inbox.
Tell me, have I tried them all?
All of them.
Seriously, it's insane. Anyway, this was what we were talking about earlier. Talking about real ass people and fucking telling the truth, okay? Wait for it. So you have a lot of women who, you know, whether they're models or they're, like, actresses who go on social media and they're like, my skincare routine, and they have no makeup on in these pictures, or sometimes they do have makeup on in these pictures, and if you wear makeup, you can tell the difference, but people are like, oh my God, she's so naturally pretty. Like, look at the way that she looks. And they're like, yes, swipe up and buy my product, which is great. Like, hey, more hustle power to you, girls. Sell your shit. That's not my problem. My problem is that it takes a lot of professional work. Meaning, I don't mean like plastic surgery. That's not what I mean. I don't mean injections or anything like that. I mean like professional cleansings and facials and treatments and things like that to make your skin look like that. There's, especially at certain ages, like, we don't all just wake up that way. It's just not true. And so, which again, if your skincare routine is great, perfect, share that with me. But don't forget to share that you also spend on average $200 to $300 a month at the esthetician. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So that's a part that bothers me. And I was like,
that's the biggest part of it.
The biggest part. Like, That would be like me.
My skin is 1,000% different when I'm getting regular facials, which I am right now, versus when I'm just using this. I can use the same products at home. Skin still looks good, but it is like glowing and radiant when
It really
you're
is.
going to a professional regularly. And so
I can't wait.
yeah,
I'm gonna freak the fuck out,
Yeah.
you guys. Like, I'm gonna post before and after pictures that you guys are gonna like shit your pants when you see the before pictures of my acne. You're gonna be like, what? I should be a professional
she
makeup.
hides it really well.
I should be a professional makeup artist. I do a great job at hiding it. But like I told her, I go, that would be equivalent to me saying, oh my gosh, I think this is what I think it says, huh? That would be like saying, oh my God, let me show you the shampoo and conditioner that I use because it makes my hair so long and strong and beautiful when I have hair extensions. Because I fucking want hair extensions, and that's a choice that I make. But I'm not going to go here and be like, oh my God, if you want your hair to look like mine, swipe up and use my shampoo regimen, you know? And it's like, no. So, which I would never do. And I love my extensions and I talk about them all the time. My mermaid hair, hello. It's like my calling card. But I was like, Sam, I can't wait until we can get on to my skin is good and I can have this conversation, because I'm going to show you the difference because I'm diligent about how I wash my face and how I use the products and have been for years, and it doesn't matter. My skin is still tripping balls. I also just bought a new vitamin from Supplement Superstore, which I'm pretty stoked to see how is to balance my hormones. So we'll see what works out there. Hey, Anthony. Yes, of course I remember you. Hey, be yourself and make yourself happy. That's all that matters. Absolutely. I do that. We do that around here. We do be ourselves and make ourselves happy. Who else makes us happy? Ourselves. Oh, boy. It's true. We just, like,
misleading advertising is annoying AF. That's right.
You're right, Alex. It is fucking annoying. Agreed. It's like, it's just bad because I'm like, cool, like share with your stuff with me. I love it when people share with me things that work for them because I am that girl. Like, I like products and I like shit that works and that's good for me.
I will buy all of the things.
I will buy all of the things. That's a
Stephanie.
Great point.
Yeah.
But like, for example, this fucking cup, okay? We've had this talk. This cup is like my jam. Everybody in my group knows. I can't stop talking about it. I'm obsessed with this cup. It's on Amazon for $23. I gave them a link, like, check this up. And I'm like, I don't even need you to swipe up. Go look it up. You know what I mean? But it's because I like it, and it's good for me, and it works, and it's huge, and it keeps my eyes cold all day, like, until the next day. It's a brilliant thing. And I'm like, it's not a fucking Yeti that costs $1 million. So those are things where when I find something that works, I'm going to tell you about it. And I want you to tell me about the things that work for you. You know?
Just don't cold message me in my inbox about it, okay?
Truth. Should we talk about it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, you say it. I've been talking too much. I'm rambling.
Okay, so one thing that I know I get a lot, and Jamie, you probably get a lot too.
Not anymore, but
Not anymore? Okay.
I just don't answer most of the time.
Okay. Cold messages.
I mean, it's a thing for everyone. Right. Everybody gets it. Obviously, I see people post about, stop cold messaging me all the time.
About products, usually MLM products, which I think if you're making a living that way, that's awesome, and get on with your bad self. But the thing is, like...
Oh, hell yeah, do it, for sure. Like, I think they're brilliant ways for people to make money.
Because the people, like, if you're selling it, it's because you fell in love with the product. I believe that 100%. Like, people don't just, like, go out there to, like, hey, let me join an MLM. You know, they fall in love with the product, and they're like, hey, I can make money selling this. So I am all for that. But what really is kind of annoying is getting cold messages all the time from people you don't know, from people, you know, wanting you to just trying to sell you something. And that really puts a bad taste in my mouth, because I'm just going about my day, and like now I feel like an asshole for telling you, no, I'm not interested in your product. Like, I don't want to lead you on and pretend like I am. So I don't really know what.
Spraying my perfume in your face.
Right.
That's a classic.
She had a great analogy. She's like, it's when you're walking past the perfume stand in the mall and they just like spray their perfume at you.
Like I didn't fucking want that on me. Why are you spraying your shit on me right now?
Yeah.
Yes. Hey Shay, girl, what's up?
And so, you know, and it's usually like, hey, have you ever thought, I mean, for me, it's always most of the time, a hair product company, and, oh, have you ever heard of blah, 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 or like, whatever it is. The thing is, everyone's heard of all the products and companies. So like, when I get those messages, I'm just like, oh, you know?
Well, the problem is, it's not even that it's annoying. And here's the thing. I understand you have to sell your you have to sell your product. Like, I get that. And it's not even about the annoyingness or the messages. That's not even the problem. It's when you just come out of the fucking gate and we've never met. And we've never had a conversation in our lives, and you're just like straight up cold messaging me like that's the spray in my face, like what the fuck just happened? Why did you just do that to me? Or a lot of people have stopped doing this, but people used to just cold add people to groups, and I'm like, no, like if you want me to be part of your group, ask me. Like, don't, that'd be like me walking down the street and you just grabbing me and ripping me into a room. Like, what the fuck just happened? Seriously. Right? Shh. Hombre. Friends, people will get that. Hombre. But what we were thinking about was that the problem is, and I've worked with some MLM girls or people, I don't know what you want to call them, business owners, and
the wrong way to do
it. And their upline is teaching people the wrong way. They're not teaching them how to build community outside of like, if you don't want to buy from me, like fuck you, basically, you're not a part of my community. No, it's like, dude, let me educate you on ways that this has worked for me. Let me tell you my story about my life, yada yada yada. So basically the ways that we run our businesses and grow our businesses online is the exact same way that you can run and grow that community. Like, the word that came up when we were talking about this is, I remember my client tell me she just feels super icky doing it, and so like she's not excelling because she's trying, when she tries to do it the way that they tell her to, it feels gross. It feels super gross, but that's what they're telling her to do, and so she's just not doing it, so then therefore she's not succeeding. And it's like, dude, let's build up this confidence within these people that have this killer product that they obviously believe in, because if they didn't believe in it, they wouldn't be putting this time and effort into it anyways. And let's give them some tools that they can use to build a freaking community of women or men or whomever their target audience is that loves them and listens to them and goes to them for advice and can buy product from them, because that's what it's all about.
If you straight out the gate, you're just trying to sell something, I don't trust you anymore. Like, if I follow you and I see all the results you're getting from this product and you're posting, and you know, I trust, it's about trust. And if the minute the first thing you ever say to me is trying to sell me something, I don't trust you.
What is happening?
I
don't know, but we're not here to discuss that right now. I'm super sorry. Cold messaging is pretty rude. I do agree, Alex. And it's like, I feel bad because, like, I understand you're trying to grow a business, trying to make money. Like, I get that. But, like, at the same time, let me help you find out how to do that in a way that's not...
I feel like it puts the person you're messaging in an awkward position, because nobody ever wants to be rude and just shoot you down.
Oh, what about when you're walking through the mall and the people with the hair straighteners or the nail filers fucking stop you and try to... I'm like, listen. But it does put you in an awkward position. Like, I'm not trying to be rude. Like, I think your product is great. Like, maybe I don't have time. Or maybe I'm not in the market for a hair straightener today. Maybe I had a bad day today and I don't want to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you should say, hey, I hope you're having a good day. Because guess what? If you approach me like that, the chances of me stopping and having a freaking conversation with you are pretty great.
Agreed.
So, anyway... We're gonna make a course about that, and it's gonna be a great, amazing thing. I don't even know what to say about this. I got nothing. Welcome to my fucking Instagram.
Welcome to Jamie's
Welcome
audience.
to my Instagram audience. Oh boy, y'all ever go look through my comments? You should.
You freaking should. If you're looking for a man.
I love them though, dude. Like, for real. Like, if you want to talk about committed and dedicated to me, it's pretty great. I love it.
Get out of my bubble, LOL.
But anyways, anybody else have any questions? Otherwise, like, fuck, it's 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I gotta
it's past
go to
my
bed.
bedtime. Just straight past my bedtime. Look at you.
What?
Oh, you should be friends with Kyle.
Okay.
Kyle's cool.
Confirm.
Yeah, he's cool. He's got wife, babies, and stuff. It's so funny. Like, every time I post on her, she's like, all these people fucking friend request me. I don't know who they are. I'm like, well, let me know, and I'll tell you if they're people we know or not.
Kyle made the cut.
Yeah, he's sweet. Anyway, so that's this life. We'll probably do this a little bit more frequently. I am starting a podcast, and I'm pretty sure Sam will probably be one of the only guests.
Regulars?
I'm like, hey, you want to record a podcast with me today? Let's do it. So maybe we'll, like, maybe we'll do that on purpose. Like, maybe we'll do, like, a Thursday. So, like, Andy Frisella on the MFCEO does, like, a Thursday Thunder. And so, like, every Thursday they launch, like, it's like a 10-minute podcast. We can't do that because we talk too much. It would be way more than 10 minutes. That may be, like, our long episode, because I'm going to do 20-minute episodes is the plan.
So it'll be like the 2-hour episode.
Yeah, the 2-hour episode. The Sam and Jamie show. That would be great. We would have so much fun.
We would.
Emily.
Oh my God! Poor Bonnie. Bonnie just freaked out.
Oh.
Don't do a podcast.
Oh, I already am doing a podcast.
Yeah, it's happening.
Corey. It's already in the works, my friend. But you don't have to listen to it. That's okay. Thanks, ladies. Good stuff. Have a great weekend.
Not a stalker. Oh, thanks.
No,
Good to know.
Good. No, definitely not.
I welcome the friend requests.
Yeah,
I just have to check to see who they are first.
Sometimes, yeah. She's
Sometimes
like,
we just
she goes, no, the best thing is, so for any of my Lions Den people who are rewatching this, she's like, I have all these bearded men. I have all these big bearded men asking to be my friend on Facebook. I'm like, no, they're not. They're like my brothers.
She's
They're
like,
not
just accept them.
They're not being creepy. I promise. It's like my army of people. That's all.
All these bearded men.
That was the best. I was like, oh yeah. Are some of them from Utah? Like, probably.
So just know, if you're a bearded man from Utah, I'll accept you.
Oh my God.
Go.
We do. We're losing our minds. Okay, thanks for whoever hung out this entire time. Y'all are the VIPs for real. Bye.